What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy, man? It's the Bronco at the front coming at you with another reaction video. Shout out my boy, Raymar Football, for making this video. You already know he makes class documentaries. Go drop him a subscription before you watch this video. We got how a manager without any tactics completely broke football, just all eyebrow emotes and straight the power of friendship, like people say. Currently, he manages Real Madrid, and they always say, like when City and Real Madrid play, they say, City is straight tactics. You know, Pep straight robots. You do this, you do that, you do that, you do that. Ancelotti say, hey, y'all go out there and just have fun, baby. Y'all go out there and have fun and just get that goddamn dub, man. So we finna go ahead and see how he does it. See how he wheels his team through the power of friendship and without tactics to just go out there and free-flowing football and win some damn Champions League, win some La Ligas. Go follow my gaming channel, Lil Bronco. For my FIFA series is over there. Go subscribe. Go subscribe to my second channel, More Bronco, for non-football related content. Follow my Patreon for all my live game reactions. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all down below. Let's see what go there.
There has only been one manager in
young
football
Ancelotti
history to win the league title in all of Europe's top 5 leagues and hold the record for the most Champions League titles with 5.
I ain't know he did that. I ain't even know he coached at all 5 leagues. Let's see what teams these is. All right, I looked it up. This trophy has to be Paris Saint-Germain. That's the first league in France. This is Milan. Come on now, that's in Italy.
All of Europe.
This one has to be Bayern. Is this what Germany trophy look like? This one has to be Bayern Munich. That's 3. That's Germany. 4. This Real Madrid.
Top 5.
And then 5. That's Chelsea. That's 5 different leagues. 5 big leagues. Ancelotti, I ain't know you was like that. Nah, I ain't know your resume was like that.
5 leagues and hold the record for the most Champions League titles with 5.
Whoa, is that boy smoking a cig on the sideline?
Hold the record.
You could do that. You could smoke squares on the sideline back in the day. Can you still do that?
For the most Champions League titles with 5. Don Carlo Ancelotti. But despite such an insane record and resume, for some reason when it comes to the conversation for the greatest managers in football,
he's never there.
I barely hear his name up there.
Why
with
not?
The likes of Sir Alex Ferguson, Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, or even Jurgen Klopp.
Why boys don't talk about Carlos Ancelotti? He's the manager with the most. Did he have super stack teams or something like that? He's a manager with the most Champions Leagues. Is that not the highest coveted trophy in European competition? He has won the big trophy in 5 different leagues everywhere he went. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, he may have won it in France, but he can't win it in Germany. Oh, he may have won it in Germany and France, but he can't win it in Italy. Oh, he may have won it in Germany, France, and Italy, but he can't win it in Spain. Oh, well, he can win it in Germany, France, Italy, and Spain, but he so can't win it in England. That man proved everybody wrong 5 different times. What the hell?
In fact, some even criticize Ancelotti as a manager who doesn't really do anything. But why is that? After all, he's managed to do things that no other manager has ever done. Maybe because compared to other managers, despite his success, Carlo Ancelotti has never really been praised for his tactics or has any notably distinct style of play. There's a reason why Pep Guardiola is known as a philosopher, a man who has layers and layers of different tactics and playstyle philosophies, needing an exact fit of players and system to play the best football he wants. Then, of course, there's Jose Mourinho, known as the Special One, a manager who's incredibly hard on his players, but gets them prepared for an all-out battle.
So, are they saying, so Pep, you know, he gets his team ready in terms of the technical side and all of that and tactics? Somebody like Jose Mourinho gets his team ready emotionally. He always gonna say the right things, get the most perfect speeches, and rile everybody up. They say Ancelotti don't do no riled up ass speeches, and they say he not doing no complicated ass tactics. So what the hell does he even do? Hey, as long as he winning, that's all that matters.
He knows how to get the most out of an individual's footballing ability. Even Jurgen Klopp is known as the normal one, with a mindset for endless pressing or gegenpressing in German, knowing how to find success without needing the biggest budgets or biggest names, yet still knowing how to make every part of the pitch count. Ancelotti, on the other hand, well, it's true that he has no distinct style or specific tactics, but hear me out. Perhaps his best strategy is not sticking to one.
So I assume that each one of his teams play completely different. So every team that Pep played for, like over there at Bayern, they play like Man City play now, like with all that complicated shit. So Barcelona, that's how they play with like a lot of passing and real robotic. But the thing that Barcelona probably didn't look robotic like that with the tiki taka and stuff because he had the greatest midfield of all time with Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets, and then the greatest player of all time with Lionel Messi. You know. But now with City, everybody just looks so robotic and boring just because it's a whole bunch of English blokes over there.
It might be a stretch, but
No
I
offense.
dare call him the adaptable one. Because what Don Carlo does best might not be all these complicated formations or set instructions on how to play the match. Instead, his method is to not look at the pitch, but to look at the team.
Ooh.
Looking at every single man in the squad and allowing them to play their best.
Oh, yeah.
It's even
I
joked
like
about
that.
how Ancelotti doesn't win with tactics, but through the power of love and friendship.
I told you, power of friendship. His teams love him. They tossing that boy up high as hell. Hey, and they got champions on the back of their jersey. That's clean.
And I think Zlatan Ibrahimovic's words truly say it best. Jose Mourinho knows how to treat a footballer, but Carlo Ancelotti knows how to treat a person.
He say, Jose the type to sit you down and be like, what can I do to make you better? What can I do for you to play better? Carlo be like, hey, everything's good at home. You feel me? Oh, that is deep. He genuinely cares. How's the family? You know, he chopping it up. He talking about the political, economic state of the world with your ass.
I like to speak with the player. I like to listen to the player. I like to take care of the people above all. Before to be a player, you are a person.
I like
that.
that.
You have to know this. First of all, you are a person.
Motivation can only get players by for so long, but eventually, in the long run, it's not that sustainable. No matter how much motivational fire a manager can give them to go to war and continue that long grind to success, eventually, most can't sustain it. Many will have a taste for success and eventually get relaxed. Others might think they've done everything they can for the team. So now, what can the team do for me in return? Because something that trumps even the deepest sense of respect in the world of football. A different kind of fire that burns in the hearts of players to not only play for success and glory, but also fight for the dignity and love for their boss.
Yes,
A boss
sir.
that listens, eats, drinks, and bleeds alongside them. Transcending that typical, almost transactional relationship.
I remember seeing that video, bro. That's so loud. He down with the culture. Or as black people say, he invite all Ancelotti is invited to the barbecue type shit. He the type person to pull up, hey, dive into your culture. They see y'all dancing, that boy gonna jump in. Hey, come on now. You feel me?
Between a player and manager, crossing the lines and seeming like family. Some of you might hear that and think that's utter nonsense. For those who aren't familiar with Ancelotti's philosophy, it might sound strange, but his management style goes beyond the pitch. It all stems from the way he's lived his whole life.
Okay.
That's why it's
Wait,
all stems from the way.
That's him? That boy used to be a player? I did not know that. I knew Pep used to be a player. I don't think Mourinho was a player. But Ancelotti was a player, bro. That's you? That boy look different, isn't it? Damn.
He's lived his
that boy
whole
good?
life. That's why it's almost hard to believe that a guy like him actually came from humble beginnings and farmland. And growing up, he would apply these
Look at
same things
Ancelotti.
his father taught him. In an interview with Times, Ancelotti shared his wisdom, saying, "You plant today and harvest 1 year or 2 years later. This is my philosophy with football. It's my style, my way of life. You can't be anxious for the result. If you've done the proper things, it will come."
Put them seeds down. It ain't about immediate results. Ancelotti say, you hire me, you gotta wait for me to plant my ideologies, for me to plant the boys that I actually want on a team. 1 to 2 years later, we will have results. But right now, it's all about preparing for the damn future. Ooh, that way Ancelotti.
And
I like
even
it.
during his professional career, Ancelotti wasn't exactly a superstar.
Okay.
But what he did best was play his role and do whatever he needed to help his team. It's how he was able to win 6 Serie A titles and
Whoa! He was on the teams with Rijkaard and Van Basten and Ruud Hillet. Where the hell he at? That's him? In between Rijkaard and Hillet? Boy, I did not know that.
European Cups, playing a supportive midfield role to one of the most dominant sides in football history.
That is him. I can see it with that damn eyebrow right there. I forgot Bloke's name right here. I for sure feel like I should know his name. But that is crazy.
because Ancelotti knows what it means to play alongside the world's very best footballers and still find a way to shine, not by scoring goals or catching the spotlight, but by allowing his teammates around him to play their best. That's why, as manager, Ancelotti was able to reach a level of success that no other before him has managed to do. But it did take him some time to really figure it out.
Okay,
From his
makes
days in
sense.
Milan, all he knew was the classic 4-4-2 formation from back in the days of playing under Arrigo Sacchi. That's why even starting off his managerial career in Parma, he would refuse who many see.
Where's Parma at? That's the beginning of his career. So even if he didn't win the league title, it made no difference because he won top 5 big leagues. Parma Calcio. Oh, that's Italy. Okay, I thought that was... Okay, it's at Parma. Parmesan. You feel me? Easy.
As the greatest Italian player of all time, Roberto Baggio, just because he played the number 10. He was one of the best players in the world at the time, and I refused to have him just because I wanted to play.
Hold on, whoa, run that back.
Roberto Baggio, who many see. That's why even starting off his managerial career in Parma, he would refuse who many see as the greatest Italian player of all time. Roberto Baggio, just because he played the number 10. He was one of the best players in the world at the time, and I refused to have him just because I wanted to play with 2 strikers. Today, I would say, Baggio, come to Parma, and we'll arrange the situation. Instead, I told him, Roberto, there is no space for you.
Ancelotti had too much dip on his chip. You got to play your best players now. Maybe you could at least, like he said, we'll arrange the situation. But he was just starting out, so he ain't know he was trying to be so damn hard and trying to be legendary just in case it did work. You know how much props and swag people give Ancelotti for sitting their damn best player just because he's a number 10 and his system don't fit a number 10? Come on, Ancelotti. You got to fit your best players on the pitch now.
It was a mistake, and I tried to change my idea when I went to Juventus. I had Zidane, and he was a number 10. Should I put him right or left? Impossible. Zidane is the most important player in my team, and he has to be number 10, and I have to adapt. From there, I always took into the account the characteristics of the players
Everything is a learning
to build the
experience.
system.
I wonder, does Baggio still... I'm pretty sure he grew some real disdain towards Ancelotti. I wonder, does he still feel like that? And it's crazy, as he said, the best Italian player at that time played for Parma?
And it was after acknowledging his mistakes and deciding to be more fluid and flexible in his management style that Don Carlo would really begin to be a brilliant manager. From that moment, he learned that you shouldn't limit your players' best capabilities. So I have to ask you, why would you ever limit your internet's potential? You can expand your online horizons and have unrestricted access to different global content and stay safe along the way with other countries.
Get that money.
And with Surfshark race, Ancelotti arrived in Milan. This is when he really started to use his newfound philosophy. Many might look at that AC Milan side as a super team, but there have
I know some of these people. Is Maldini somewhere in the mix? I'm pretty sure he is. That boy played for a long ass time. He said super team. I ain't gonna lie. I really don't know a lot of these people.
Also been many
that boy look like Smeagol from Lord of the Rings. I didn't know that boy Smeagol played football.
Who've had overwhelmingly good squads, yet still never managed to win anything. Ancelotti, however, found a way to manage such big names and allow them to play where they could really play best. And one of his most iconic changes was deciding to play Andrea Pirlo further back, with Pirlo even saying, "It's like rediscovering your father again." He changed my career. Because as good as Pirlo's skill sets were, it was when Don Carlo let him control the game from the back that Milan would truly begin to awaken. He was also constantly changing their lineup, involving legends like Rivaldo, even if the formation was completely new, even breaking their typical 4-4-2 lineup to play Rui Costa and eventually Ricardo Kaká a little closer to the attack in what is now.
So Kaká, I know y'all on my ass because I know Rivaldo. I know Kaká especially. I know Maldini, but like I say, I'm not good with faces, so.
Iconically known as the Diamond Formation midfield, Ancelotti in Milan would reach 3 Champions League finals in 5 years without ever having a set formation. If not for Liverpool's miracle at Istanbul, Don Carlo would have had 3 UCL titles in a single spell with AC Milan. And in Chelsea, Ancelotti would only expand on his managerial style even further, treating his squad as a family.
It's the
And for the
Drogba
first
squad,
time
huh?
in many of these players' careers, actually allow them to be involved in tactical strategy. Instead of an authoritarian management, they felt like they were family.
Oh
Practical
my, them
strategy.
jerseys
Instead
are
of an
clean. Not
authoritarian
jerseys, but
management,
them Adidas jackets. Ooh, that look green on that bit. That bit little swag. You feel?
they felt like they were family around Ancelotti. And John Terry really says it best.
John T.
What I really loved about Carlo was his man management, the way he adapted as well. But he adapted very quickly when speaking to me, Frank, Didier. He wanted to pick our brains of, is this too much tactic for the players to do? Are we doing too much of this? You know, I want to get the right balance. And that I've never had a manager actually had asked the players and give them a bit of responsibility. And
I was just finna say, Ancelotti came in that whole, he basically like the OGs, that's their team. He basically said, this is not my team, this is y'all team. Y'all been here longer than me, y'all been here longer than everybody. Y'all let me know if I'm being too hard or if I'm being too soft. Let me know how I'm doing with my job as the OGs and how I'm supposed to coach the rest of these players. How is Ancelotti not one of the greatest managers? Why don't y'all bring him up, man?
he was part of that. It made you feel the togetherness was incredible.
Well, like I said, he did have those teams. He had the super team in Milan with Rivaldo and Kaká and Maldini and Pirlo and shit. Real Madrid is Real Madrid, you know. Chelsea, he had Didier and all of them.
They viewed him more than just a manager and wanted to win not only for their personal or club glory, but also to simply make their boss look good. As while Ancelotti had immense pressure from former Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich, saying he needed to win trophies.
Oh,
or
that's
against
that
pressure.
dude who got kicked out because he was Russian, huh? Man, it's like, bro, he have nothing to do. I don't know if it's what his political stand. I don't know if he said anything bad, like politically. But, man, bro, just because his country doing that bad, so what the hell they got to do with him, bro? That's kind of unfortunate with that whole situation. If I was him, I'd be severely mad at Vladimir Putin. I apply for citizenship elsewhere.
From former Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich, saying he needed to win trophies or he was gone. His players played their absolute hearts out just to help keep their manager on the squad. And of course, with such a strong bond, that Chelsea side managed to make history, becoming the first team to ever score over 100 goals in a Premier League season.
Woo!
Also bringing the club its first ever domestic double.
Chelsea used to be that teed up when Didier played for them. Like, in my mind, Chelsea is like the lamest, most boring club that I have ever seen. They right there next to Tottenham. If you want to be real, even when Christian Captain America hand up your salute the flag, when he played for Chelsea, I still was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro, this is a boring ass team, fool. I'd rather go over here with King James to pull. Think I'm finna be over here with Chelsea. And they ain't even played my boy like that, like he should have been playing. Y'all see what Chris is doing over there at AC Milan right now? Come on, man. He's damn near top 3 in the Serie A right now. I know y'all Chelsea boys is looking back like, damn, we should have never got rid of Christian. Damn, we should have never played Christian at right wing back. We should have played him at his original position. Damn, Christian was way better than Raheem Sterling. Damn, he was way better than Kai Havertz bum ass. Damn, he was way better than Mason Mount. Nah, it's too late. Took our bag and went elsewhere.
Ancelotti is also known to be one of the calmest managers in football, and some might think of it as not being strict enough. But in his words, because he goes out of his way not only to treat his players for being strict enough, but in his words,
In his words, do you think they'll listen more if you shout? No. The more you shout, the less they listen. The key point is I have a lot of passion, but I'm not obsessed. They think I'm some sort of grandpa, Don Carlo. They call me Carlo Ancelotti.
Because he goes out of his way not only to treat his players with respect, but goes beyond football to talk to them, learn about their lives, their personalities, their families, and even their interests. And his open mindset to players from all sorts of different global backgrounds lets them feel like he's not just some manager who's trying to do the bare minimum,
He's
but
like a
one
grandpa.
that actually cares about them as a person.
Like a father
That's why
figure.
when he first arrived to Madrid, the first thing he did was fix the strained relationships of players like Iker Casillas and Sergio Ramos, who after their time with Jose Mourinho were very unhappy, and with the way that Ancelotti handles his players.
You know Mourinho don't give a damn about Mourinho for sure don't give a damn about what you got going on at home. He just all about winning, goddamn.
Were very unhappy, and with the way
So
that
he can go to the
Ancelotti
crowd.
handles his players, a Madrid dressing room that looked like it was falling apart suddenly began to rise back up. Even Pepe had this to say: under Mourinho, people hated us, but things changed when Ancelotti came in. And ironically, even Ancelotti might have made Pepe a little less violent, especially when you compare to how he was under Mourinho. Real Madrid's overall performance suddenly became much better under Ancelotti, because not only does Ancelotti improve the relationship between players and manager, but also between players themselves. He lets players get closer to one another, learn each other's languages, and slowly build chemistry. When Toni Kroos first started playing in Madrid, he would only hang out with Sami Khedira and speak German. Slowly, Ancelotti would encourage Kroos and the Spanish speakers to hang out more often, and Kroos would slowly start learning the language, which would turn out to be, as you all know, an unbreakable bond that translated onto the pitch.
And you know he ain't hanging out with no black players.
Because what Ancelotti believes the most is that a foundation of a team isn't built by tactics, but by players themselves. Instead of shoving tactics down their throats, he finds a way to make these guys actually enjoy the game. And when they do, the results will come. You see, there is no style for me. My style is not recognized
because he changed
I change.
The
Style
to the
takes into consideration the preparation of the players.
Just like with Mbappe. So y'all really thought that Mbappe would kind of like struggle in this formation? Bro, it don't matter what round they run, whether he's striker, left wing, right wing, he go fit the best players on the pitch that needs be, man. I like it.
I'm not going to tell them what to do. It's an interpretation of how to play on the ball. And I don't want to remove anybody's creativity. When you look at a manager who actually considers his players as friends, it's hard to beat that kind of chemistry and loyalty, even with the most complex tactics or motivational speeches. I mean, this man has managed 10 Ballon d'Or winners. He knows how to control egos better than any other manager in the world. And with Kylian Mbappe now joining Real Madrid, Ancelotti will no doubt create an environment that he has never seen before. And when you have Mbappe playing for more than just personal glory, we might even see a more insane version of him that we've never seen before.
Well, we ain't seen it just yet, but we may see it in the future as they start clicking more and more.
The final thing about Ancelotti's style is that it works. Tactics and motivations can only go so long before you have to switch the personnel around. But with Ancelotti, the strategy is the personnel. It's sustainable, it's positive, and it's proven. Because if the past is any indication of the future, Ancelotti will continue to break football.
People out there smoke with all of them all around their shoulder and stuff. Hey, that man Carlo Ancelotti, man, every time y'all bring up the greatest managers of all time, from here now on by rule of Bronco with the Fro, y'all include Don Ancelotti every single time. I'm out.